Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm a few minutes late, but I wanted to get here and I wanted to talk to you today about selling your home in 90 days. And I can help. I'm Yonda Ye, the founder and CEO of Everything Metaverses. I am a coach, I am a mentor, and I am a partner. I prepared a presentation for us today to go through and to really talk through what this is about, right? So I understand I live in the DC, Maryland, Virginia. I have been a licensed real estate agent for over 8 years, and I have studied the technology as it relates to real estate as well. So coming on here, live streaming on X as well as on YouTube gives me the opportunity to give you some tips for competing in a saturated real estate market. With all of the pricing actions that are taking place, I'm noticing right before the prime selling season, which normally hits us about April or May, there are more homes going on the market for sale. Now, you might not know this about me, but I have a waiting list for a real estate investment group, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you all so that I can also help you. Once you sell your home in less than 90 days, then let's talk about the investing that can take place with that capital that you have as well. So make sure I'm going to flash. Let me go ahead and flash it now. As a matter of fact, I want to make sure that you get access to my website. So I'm going to put up some QR codes right now. No, I'm not going to do QR codes. I think I'm going to do um, just the communication overlay. So I'm not going to do that one. So let me go ahead and share this with you, how you can get started with me and to learn more about the real estate. I am an international sales agent and I support different jurisdictions throughout the United States, through the world. And I've been doing that for almost 5 years as well. And it's been fun getting involved in some of the transactions and teaching people about real estate. So here's something about vision boards, and I love helping people accomplish their goals. And that's why selling your home in the next 90 days is so important. After this, I'm going to have the presentation available through a link on my website as well as on my social media handles. So make sure that you just kind of click on and make sure you have access to these websites so that you can listen to the presentation again, but also see the actual presentation that was created. So let's get started. Why did I decide to do this now? And I live close to the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And by living close to the DC, Maryland, Virginia, I am noticing that we almost have 10,000 homes for sale or coming soon in the DC, Washington, DC, which is our nation capital, Virginia, especially in that Northern Virginia corridor, as well as in the Maryland area, right? And some of the impacts that you've been hearing, people are looking for alternatives for living. So let's get started. And I just decided, wow, with 10,000 homes that are currently on the market or coming soon, and this is prior to the prime selling season, here's some tips to help folks with and understanding. The first thing is the consequences of not selling your real estate in 90 days or less. Failing to sell your home in time can lead to financial strain and missed opportunities in a fluctuating market. So understanding that having a timeline, having a goal when you sign your contract with your real estate agent, or whether you're doing a FSBO, which is for sale by owner, or you're talking to private investors. And I happen to have a real estate investment group that has private investors. So again, reach out because I'm here to help, right? When you get around that 60-day time frame and your home hasn't sold and you're still paying the mortgage, or you haven't paid the mortgage, you need to make some decisions like, do you have to sell your home in order to relocate to another area? If you do need to sell your home and to move to another area, then you might want to consider some alternatives, since you're competing in such a heavily saturated area, competing against a lot of inventory currently. Now, there's a demand. So if you all are under contract with your real estate agents, then they can advise you. And I'm just giving tips to real estate agents. I'm giving tips to brokers. I'm giving tips to investors. I'm giving tips to anybody who will take the time, right? I'm just giving you a very high level overview. Do your own due diligence. Spend some time going through what you heard me say. So I hope you have your pen, your paper, your notebook, your pencil, whatever you decide that you want to write with. I hope that you have that. Okay. Hey, Articulate, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. So cool. Thanks for showing up. Absolutely. So make sure you take these notes and understand the consequences could lead you into a pre-foreclosure opportunity, or in other cases, you have real estate REOs, which means that the real estate is going to be owned by the bank, right? So, and another alternative is to think about rentals, right? Are you in a position that you want to rent your home out? And if the answer is yes, then great. So then you have to think about things like property management companies. And this is stuff that you don't have to do alone. Real estate agents, give me a call. I've been working in this niche for a long time, and I believe in helping others to be successful at taking care of their clients. That's why I'm a coach, a mentor, and a partner. Think about this. There's an emotional toll of selling, especially selling in a saturated market. And what I mean by emotional toll, let's just talk about it for a minute. What could be some emotional tolls? The impact on your wallet, right? So if your home on taxes and maintenance costs can accumulate, impacting your budget significantly. So if nothing else, you have to have a plan and sit down with your real estate agent, your brokerage, your broker, your investors, or call me up as a coach, a mentor, and a partner and say, listen, I need some help. So you say you have some investors, you have some folks that might be interested in this real estate. Okay, no problem. Dial me up. Next, think about the stress and uncertainty, like competing in this market, and it's like preseason even. Oh, wow. Why is this not going? I'm going through my presentation. Y'all know, like anything else. But the stress and uncertainty, you're going to have, probably most of you will have open houses. And in these open houses, like, have music playing, bake your cookies, have your chips, have the education, the informationals out for people to walk through and to actually envision themselves in the home, right? I think that's important to stress, right? Is that there's opportunity for the open houses and how you're going to present your asset, your home, your real estate, right? Understand memories have been created in these homes, right? Some people have raised their families. Some people have raised their grandchildren, have many holidays celebrated in their homes. And the stress of having to stage the home for open house, to have the open house sign or the for sale sign in the yard is just another thing. Having random people just kind of stop by, unless you're going to have private showings. I mean, and then having overlap showings. So listen, I mean, you can have a lot of people show up if you have overlapping over open houses for people to actually visit and walk the property. So I wanted to add that in there as well. I don't know what is going on with my laptop, but the show must go on, and we still have to talk about these things. and making sure that you have a strategy for selling your home. We're in a kind of storm right now, and with this like windstorm, is knocking out like my fireplace. Normally I would have that going. So, I mean, I'm just sharing this with you on why I reset my laptop and then continue on with the presentation. If you have any questions, I am live streaming to YouTube. I'm live streaming to X. And again, being in real estate and primarily working on the investor side and also working with renters, I loved working with the renters. And the reason why, if you're considering putting your real estate asset as a rental, then there's some things that you'll need to know and be prepared for as well. But, I found so much value in working with renters because eventually most of them find themselves either buying or re-renting a property. And so to be able to have access to some of these beautiful properties in Washington, D.C. would be probably a dream come true for some people. So not selling your home can lead to the feelings of anxiety and disappointment. This uncertainty of your living situation and the pressure to meet your financial obligations can create a heavy emotional burden. So I'm just preparing you for this market and being able to compete and really come up with a strategy, a plan, and how long you're going to list your property. Um, and your real estate agent will talk to you about taking pricing actions to be able to be more competitive, because one of the research that I found is the average price, give or take, in the Washington, D.C. area for homes was about $699,000 that the average home sold for 90 days ago. Okay. Present day, it looks like there's been a price action, a drop to about $130,000 difference. So give or take 569,000, somewhere around there. It's looking like the prices are going, right? And I'm not quite sure how that's working out. So call in, tune in, text in, write in if you find that that's not the case, because you're there. But I do plan to be in Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and Maryland, in the surrounding areas, and going to open house this upcoming weekend. So you can count on me on Saturday and Sunday. I'll be in the field. I'll be looking at some of these homes. I'll also live stream some of these homes so that you get an opportunity. And I do this for my investors, right? I have investors that are global, and if they're interested in purchasing real estate, then I'm trying to bring value to the homeowner as well as to the real estate agent and brokerage to help you leverage that property. Okay, so getting out there and supporting you all, that's important. I want you to explore those alternative options as well. If your home doesn't sell within that desired time frame, consider renting it out. Consider what the rental prices are. I want you all to also understand this allows you to generate income while waiting for the market to improve. Oh my goodness, I love that Washington, D.C. area known as the DMV, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. That area, nation capital, it has so much opportunity. You talk about the things that you can do there, the museums, the professional football team, the professional basketball team. So there's always things going on. And in addition to, I remember going to several of the fundraisers in Washington, D.C., and spending time with the Chamber of Commerce. You have Diplomat Row. There's so many things that are there in Washington, D.C. And then you have a lot of embassies as well. So just sharing that with you all. So when you're looking, additionally, I want you to explore pricing adjustments or even consult your real estate professional for fresh strategies to attract buyers. What are some of those fresh strategies? Thank you so much, Articulate. Look at there. I got my own personal hype person saying, keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to add value for the people because position to be able to help them. So let me continue on because I'm not going to be on here long. So again, if you have a question, then put it in the chat. If you want to connect with me, I've already shared my website. I've shared links with you. Tap on the links, get in contact with me, sign up for the waiting list. If you want to join the real estate investment group, you decide. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you all about is understanding the market conditions. So in today's real estate market, it's crucial to analyze the trends. Knowing whether it's a buyer or a seller market can shape your selling strategy. And with almost 10,000 homes in that DC, Maryland, Virginia area alone, and I'm talking about the regionalized area. Many of you throughout the United States, throughout the world, may even think about selling your asset. And hopefully you hear some tips that you're able to use to leverage and to talk with your team about that's going to assist you. Stress this enough, the consequences of not selling in that 90 days. You may face that financial strain. This can include ongoing mortgage payments, maintenance costs, which can add up very quickly. I do know some folks that might be able to strategies for success. And those strategies for success include leveraging your professional help, such as a reputable agent. Check my record. I've worked, I've sold, I've purchased, I've worked with many different types of clients. So significantly increasing your chances of selling your home quickly when you work with somebody reputable. Their expertise can guide you to make informed decisions. Think about, I remember one time I was a part of, there was probably 5 homes within, I want to say 100 yards of each other. And it was different real estate companies that were representing these 5 different properties. And we knew about it because we had our open house that was on the books. So people knew to sign up. So we all got together as real estate agents and we said, hey, let's do a passport, right? What's a passport? And so this was our way of saying, get your passport checked. So we then we're all put together something for, a fruit basket, an announcement to be able to work with customers, right? Get your passport stamped. But go visit this house. Go visit this house. Go visit this house. And do you have a stamp for every house that you visited? So that's what I mean about a passport, right? So think about creative ways that you're able to support each other in this competitive market. Real estate agents, real estate brokerages, for sale by owner, FSBO owners. Think about that and think about how you can be a part, because I'm sure these coming soons and these open houses, my calendar is going to be full while I get out here and actually spend time in these real estate homes and that's for sale. I want to thank y'all for listening. I didn't want it to be too cumbersome. I just wanted to come on here and get the wheels to spinning, get you to thinking about how to sell your house in 90 days or less, and I can help you with that. But every ending is a new beginning, a chance to embrace fresh opportunities ahead. Be thoughtful, be grateful for this opportunity, rely on your team to support you through this transition. And I believe everything's going to be all right. Because there's people that want to be in Washington, D.C. proper. There's people who want to be in Northern Virginia. By the way, I didn't like Northern Virginia. I lived there in the past. You talk about like beautiful restaurants. I was going up like 123, which is like Chain Bridge. And I remember one time somebody said, Yonda, do you know there used to be over 100+ restaurants in about a 3-mile radius when you hit that Chain Bridge in that Northern Virginia corridor going down it? I was like, okay. And just a couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to one of my favorite restaurants that I've just watched grow and grow and grow because it was like a walking paradise. You could just go and you can eat any type of cuisine. So Northern Virginia offers some really good shopping. You have the opportunity. I mean, just the technology that's there. Some of the schools, phenomenal. The private schools are phenomenal there. So it's really a great opportunity in that Northern Virginia area. um, and it's very diverse as well. That's what I would say. So, spend some time. I know folks over there as well. And then if you even look at the Maryland side, wow, one of the things you have PG County, right? PG County is one of the wealthiest counties in the world when it comes not in the world, excuse me. Let me correct myself. Hold on. One of the wealthiest cities and counties in the United States for African American. They always rank in that top 5, right? And so you talk about, again, the business owners, the entrepreneurship, the opportunity to network. I'm just saying there's such an amazing area. Then you're not too far away from like Baltimore, Bowie, you just name it. Maryland has some, I mean, you have Howard County even, right? Honey, Howard County was featured in Money Magazine as the #1 place. I think it was to maybe build a business or raise a family, either one. But it was featured in Money Magazine. It is right in, and it was #1. I'm like, really? Columbia, Howard County, Maryland? Wait a minute, this is cool. So again, this area consistently ranks in the top, I would say 10 to 15 states, counties in the United States to live. And there's social things that you can do, like the museums, the ballets, the arts. If you're a foodie, oh my God, all kinds of cuisines here, right? I remember I was headed from, I think I was going down Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C., and I was headed to like through the Silver Spring area. And I was able to get some Ethiopian food, very authentic cuisine. Just, again, I can talk about all the different cuisines that's there as well. So take a look at that DC, Maryland, Virginia. If you have your home for sale, if you're thinking about selling, if you need some help, you need some support, then tap in. Again, let me share these resources for you again, because, I know what it's like, and I want to make sure that you have the support that you need in order to connect with the right people. So again, this is my business operations website that I'm sharing with you right now, but I'm also sharing with you my company's website, my personal website, and that's how you can get in contact with me. I'm on most social media platforms. I'm very strategic about my callbacks, but I get back with you within a 24 to 48-hour time frame. I hope that you found this helpful. Give me a follow, give this a share, give this a like. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon. I'll be back, and I'll be sharing more tips with you all as we continue to wrap up, ramp up, ramp up to the prime selling season. But right now, with 10,000 homes, almost 10,000 homes in that DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, now is a great time, everybody. Let's work together. Talk to y'all soon. Mwah.